Hello and welcome to this short impulse presentation. I will make sure that I will give you the most important information. I will only scratch on the surface a little bit, and the person who sent you that video wants to make sure that you know about the basics of those amazing trading strategy from LegacyX. Before we start, I want to give you 2 or 3 reminders and disclaimers from my side. So me, the speaker here of that presentation, nor the person who invited you or sent you that presentation is part of the corporate, is part of the team. We are reporting from our own experience, in my case, for over 3 years being an amazing, thankful client and customer of the trading strategy. We are not giving any financial education or any financial advice, and nor does the company do it in any case. So please make sure if we talk about performance, it's never an indicator of future results. Please, in every investment you do, always make sure it's only risk capital. And please also, as I'm talking about my own experience with that project, with that system, with those trading strategies, please make sure that I'm not a financial expert. I could make even or say something wrong during that recording. So this recording is recorded on the 14th of April 2024. So also please, if you maybe come across that recording after 2 or 3 or 4 months, please ask if there have been any significant changes during the system or in the presentation or whatsoever. Okay, so please read along that disclaimer. There might be other recordings already on it, and I think this is most important before we start. So when we break down that amazing project LegacyX and the trading strategies behind it, we need to ask ourselves three important questions. First of all, what is it? Of course, what do they engage with? Second is what is special about it? Obviously, what are the unique selling points, so to say? And how can I participate? So we break it down. First question, we talk about the Forex market, the biggest financial market in the world. Of course, the short form for foreign exchange. You probably know that already. And why do so many people mingle in that market? Why so many people going also into that market is because, first of all, it's the biggest financial market in the world with a turnover of $6 trillion per day. This is already amazing, which gives us less exposure to uncertain events, as it even big events like wars, or lockdowns, or viruses, or elections, or whatever there is, has less to little, let's call it, influence on the trading pairs. Of course, even euro and dollar could be manipulated, but not in a way like stocks or crypto is. Okay, so it is the profitability is not determined by the overall market trend or conditions. And most important is everybody knows it, and everybody is taking part of it every single day. Okay, so there's no new invention about anything. It's just a very if you ask me, a perfect trading strategy focus on the most important thing, which we talk about within the next slides. But there's nothing new, there's nothing special. This is, please, very important. You are part of it. From the biggest financial market in the world anyway, so why not taking good profits from it? The banks are doing it since the beginning of dawn. So this is the market we engage with. Obviously, now asking ourselves, okay, when we know the market, so what is Legacy now famous for? What is Legacy in a single word? So the most important, LegacyX, or in short LX, is not an investment. It's not a company. It's not somewhere where you send your money to. It's a premium trading system provider. Okay, so nobody invests in Legacy. I know many people say it like easier like that, but this is technically, legally, and also practically not the case. Okay, LegacyX has only one responsibility, and that is finding and searching and at the end providing those premium trading strategies for us to attach our accounts with. Okay, so it is 100% automated. It's 24/5. Obviously, no weekends and so on cannot be traded in that market, but it's fully automated. You don't need to be a trader. There are no entry or monthly fees. There is no annual fee. There's no packages. There is no lock periods. And I know this is like bam, 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 a lot of information, but just that you note it down, ticking all the boxes. If there are packages or if there are certain durations when you need to keep your money locked or whatever, please run as fast as you can. This is not how trading works. Okay, so with real trading, like you have it, you see these things and way much more. If we talk about not only the system but also about the technical and legal background, keep it simple. Okay, no packages, no upfront payments, no anything you need to do before. Okay, the whole thing is only financed by profit sharing. Okay, so everybody has the same intention. This makes it so incredibly easy, but at the same time so incredibly lucrative for everybody and fair, because there's no conflict of interest between all the parties: the broker, the management, the company, the client, the trader, the affiliate market. Everybody has the same intention, that the customer, in this case you, will continuously make money. And this is the same thing with other products maybe as well, but in this case you keep 60% of all the profit what the system generates for you, and the remaining 40% we talk about a little bit later. There's an own video about that also, is going to the so-called profit share. This is really amazing because you can literally try the product out, and this is, I think, very important. If you talk about financing, you have a bigger amount to want to invest and let them work for you. Start small, look into it a week or two, or whatever, however long you need, and then you can go in with the big amounts if you want and have them. Okay, and this is very important, and that is, I think you probably know that this trading strategy has been already been operative for many years, nearly 4 years to be exact at the time this video was recorded. And those trades have always been and will be executed automatically. So like again, you don't need to be a trader, you can be a pure investor. You probably don't even know what's going on, or probably don't even want to know what's going on. You just want to make good use of the biggest financial market in the world, right? So the product, the first product, the origin story, the backbone of the company, LegacyX, is the trading strategy original. You probably have already been part of it for many months, maybe even years. Then you know that those numbers and data you will find everywhere. Technically, it is tracked on several third parties, and you can get your head around that quite easily. Just don't overcomplicate things. The most important thing, if you look into third-party proof, is always how long is it in existence, what is the average drawdown, and of course, what approximately you can expect from it. And that already leads me to the most important thing. LegacyX is famous for many things, or the trading strategies are famous for many things, but the most important one is the risk management. You probably have seen statistics like that 90% of all the traders lose the money within 90 days. You have heard about it, the 90-90 rule or whatsoever. I only can scratch on the surface here, but a real trader has a mindset for years. Okay, just like having a mindset, you buy an ETF, you buy a stock, you don't look like every single day, or at least I would advise you not to do that. You look into the year, in the annual performance, right? This is what you should do. So don't be in for the short-term game, be in for the long-term. Don't be a gambler, be an investor, be on the investor side. And to continuously having the best risk management, there are certain things in order, which unfortunately here I only have a German slide here, but it will be translated in English as soon as possible. But technically I can explain it to you. It means that technically it says it anyway, there's a worldwide trader team, which means the traders are strategically placed time zone wise. Okay, it's not that someone is sitting in Brazil and the other one in Japan and the other one in Germany. They are working and communicating together. There are several trading teams, and they are working on different time zones, which means they have a 24/5 monitoring of all the trades. Okay, so please, whenever you watch that video, please get that slide in English. But technically, it's a very simple thing that leads to better reaction times. In case of turmoil, there is a better, more efficient use of the trading time per se. You can continuously monitor the markets. I'm live translating right here. You have covered the whole market, okay, and it's all the time 24/5 trading technically possible, or at least monitor. Okay. Second thing is same thing here. I only have it in German right now. Is the Wealth Protector X. Okay, and this is one thing which probably sets apart everything else and puts every competitor out of the water. It's that 20% of the profit shares, okay, which means that 20% of the 40%, okay. Here you see a statistic of how it is translated. I think you can even understand it even if you don't speak German, but here there's a new product which launched in April, which means this month at the time of this recording, that the company technically and practically also compensates potential losses for customers after 12 months. And yes, this has never been done before. There was not a single, there was only one smaller loss month. It was this year in March. But during those nearly 4 years of tracking history, there was not a single customer which needed that, but the funds are growing. The let's call it the protective pool or whatever you want to call it. So in other words, this is not only a marketing gag. This is really important to know that that the company is covering potential losses for long-term investors, even if there's not a real chance that there's a big loss happening. But of course, it is a good thing to know. There's always something could happen. We talk about trading, we talk about risk per se, investment per se, but this of course gives us, without making it more complicated, even less risk, a better trust in the whole system, and absolutely advantage against any competition, more safety and more transparency. So you see that those are small things, products which absolutely would deserve to dive deeper into it. But summing it up with the MyXBook, obviously the biggest independent third-party tracking provider, which allows everybody to fully verify the trades. I know there's more than only MyXBook, but it's the most common and the biggest one. So get yourself that MyXBook and follow along if you don't want to only look into your account as well. So this was all the operational transparency. But there's one thing, if you talk about transparency, which sets LegacyX apart from all the other, let's call it, wannabe competitors. Let me be a little bit more direct here, is that please make sure about technical transparency, that you don't depend on third parties. And I'm not talking about potential scams where they say, yeah, we work with those together, but in fact, they don't. Here, there's not a single LegacyX page. There's not a single funnel whatsoever. If you're interested, after that video, you'll probably already be a part of it. You get a link from your partner. That's very important. But you register your account with the broker, with one of the biggest European brokers in existence, managing a lot of capital of funds, have regulated, licensed, and so on. But this is the most important thing. You sign up with the broker. You verify, you fund your account with the broker. During that time, when you made your KYC, you made the first step, you open a trading account, you have heard nothing about LegacyX yet. LegacyX is one of those premium strategies among hundreds which are on a PAMM, PAMM, attached on the broker, which means you can also find other trading strategies. Okay, there's nothing which needs you to funnel to LegacyX. Please still make the account, obviously, with the partner that you are in the system, and of course can afford all the amazing marketing materials we have here with you only as a client. But here, this is very important. You don't need to justify any broker partnership. You don't need to show anything. You just literally sign up with it. Okay, I'm not only talking about the marketing side of it, just for your own safety. Stay away from third-party sites, which maybe just close the site down and you don't know where your money is. Okay, of course, a worst-case scenario doesn't happen that often, but still, it's very important to mention. Okay, and the third step is connecting your trading account with the LegacyX trading strategies with a PAMM, PAMM. Probably know that as well. You can attach yourself with it. You can detach yourself with it. You can go in and go out as you please. Within 48 hours, everything is on and off. So you can literally just do your thing here, okay? And just that makes a little bit more sense. And we talked about brokers, we talked about broker licensing. Again, nobody here invests in LegacyX. LegacyX develops the trading strategies, transfers to the broker. The broker is where you sign up. The broker is where you have your account, make your deposits, make your withdrawals. And unfortunately, very few brokers are so-called A-book brokers, which means a little bit more than I say now, but keeping it simple, that the money is not in a broker, it's individually managed and administrated by so-called liquidity providers, where we have one of the biggest liquidity providers with European licensing, which also executes the trade. So you really trade on the market and not on broker per se. So stay away from B-book brokers, even though that 90%, I believe, plus are B-book brokers. So please make your own research a little bit about it, but in very simple words, stay with A-book. Okay, and this leads me to the very last thing. And if you get those facts right, I believe it's absolutely crucial to know them. But obviously, it's just summing up what I said, which are at the same time unique selling points, because you will find nothing which is just even comparable to that, especially if you know a little bit about trading. So performance and risk management speaks for itself. In recent years, we have here continuously moderate returns in live trading, no back tests or whatever. It's serious, obviously. It's market adapting, which is also very important, knowingly that the markets are changing every single day, or could potentially change every single day. It's 24/5 monitored by professionals, and of course, to the risk management, which is absolutely the golden word here for you for LegacyX, is the unique selling points in the system itself, like the worldwide trading team, the Wealth Protector X, and so on. Okay, like I said, there's way much more to speak about that at this time, but yeah, that's what we have right now. So flexibility and simplicity. I believe it's most important that you know that you can pay out your whole entire capital at any time. Like I said, no packages, minimum terms, or any kind of fees you need to pay advance, okay, which means you need to pay before you start or something like that, like a license fee, whatever. Only these, especially these artificial fees, make no sense. Real trading doesn't work like that, and that's very important to know. Over 20 plus deposit and withdrawal options and possibilities. Trading accounts can also be held in multiple fields. And I believe this is a little bit a unique selling point, which absolutely should be mentioned a little bit more, is that you can hold your account in Bitcoin and also therefore multiply Bitcoin. Okay, there's a little bit more to say to that, but in easy terms, let's say you join with $10,000, and let's say after half a year you have, just a random example, $11,000. Okay, maybe you join with 1 Bitcoin and you have 1.1 Bitcoin, stuff like that. Okay, so you obviously, with all the disadvantages and advantages of having it in Bitcoin, do your thing. You can have both. You can have multiple accounts of both those things. So it really is up to you, flexible. Okay, which only leaves us to the legal transparency. We had the operational transparency, we had the technical one. Now we're talking about the legal one. Again, I don't want to make it too complicated, but it's very important that the trading strategies are listed at one of the largest and most successful brokers in Europe, like I said, which is an A-book broker. They have an FSA licensing worldwide, and also Europe is a European liquidity provider, especially for European clients. It's very important to know the SISAC license is there, and way much more licensing and different partnerships and banks and custodians and safeguard banks and so on. It's very important to know that. And that means hardly any dependency on third parties. Okay, what I mean with that, probably other projects with bots and funneling systems and pages and so on. So this is very important. Okay. Lastly, but not least, the performance results can be verified and viewed at any time via multiple third-party providers like MyXBook and so on. Okay, so a lot of information. I hope this, like I said, is only scratching a little bit on the surface. I'm very happy to have you in that project together, and please reach out to the person who sent you that video. There are live calls as well on a regular basis, and there's also a second part which explains a little bit the affiliate system for those of you who want to bring that whole business to another level and help people have the same amazing experience as you have. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second part of the LegacyX compensation plan. This time, the marketing plan, which we'll talk about. You probably have already seen the first part, the general presentation. And like I said, also this here in this case will only scratch on the surface. So just that you know how amazing income opportunities there are here to achieve and what else is there to get. So you have approximately know about what you can achieve here. So technically, just that you know a little bit about the morals and the ethics of the company, Obviously, you are already a trader, you know about it, you have your own account, you probably have several days, weeks, and months of experience, or you maybe even know what's going on because you're a partner since a long time already, and now you want to share your opinion about LegacyX and benefit together with new users joining. So there are altogether 3 plus 1, altogether 4 compensation plan income streams. Okay. And the first and the second one is actually making up the majority of everything. You probably already know it, but there is something hidden here which you probably have not seen in that magnitude, how amazing that is. So you probably already know there's a profit share to get, right? So you always keep 60%, 40% is going into the profit share. And you know from that 40%, there will be traders will be paid, the wealth protector is paid, but also the biggest part is exactly 42.5% out of that 40%. So technically, this is the net. How do you see it on the net profit? Here we make it a little bit easier. You see of the total gross trade profit of the client, you get on 8 levels. Those levels are open from the very beginning. You don't need to qualify yourself. Altogether 17%. Okay, so altogether out of the whole 100% profits, 17% is going into the profit share, and that distributed on 8 levels. So we only see now the left side numbers. Okay, left side numbers is you sign someone up, and every single time they make a profit, you will get 4.5% if it's a profitable trade. Okay, and this person signs up someone else, which means it would be your level 2, right? You sign up person A, and person A signs a person B, that would be your second level, and that would be 3%. Okay, so you see how amazing that gets. Most certainly after 3 or 4 months already. Okay, so this is not a get rich quick scheme. It is 100% based on performance. So the customer is always first. The customer, the client, which we are ourselves, right? Have an amazing, what is it, like returns, a good feeling about everything. We don't pay about too much. They don't pay anything up front. It is simply amazing. Okay. It's also, you get paid every Thursday by the broker, which means you can every single week you can accumulate profits. You get the interest effect on your commissions if you reinvest them, for example, or you pay them out and do whatever you want with. So you get paid every single week, Thursday afternoon till evening, European time, German time is the payouts, and you have an amazing compensation plan with that profit share alone. It takes a little bit of time, but it's quite generous and it's very, very juicy. So also one thing you need to add here is that you get it from every single customer. It doesn't matter if it's your 70-year-old neighbor or the one who's doing marketing and brings in thousands of customers. You get paid from every single different client. It doesn't matter which kind of intention, if it's a single client, if it's a partner, or like I said, your 80-year-old neighbor, it doesn't matter. Everybody's happy, everybody gets paid, and also you get paid every time there's a trade. Okay, so in other words, let's say you have a very rough month and there's no new customer and no existing customer puts in more money, you still have an equity rise. So let's say you have 100,000 altogether in your team in those 8 levels, and let's say that the monthly net profit would be 5%. Well, congratulations, you have 105,000, which your profit share is based on. Okay, so this is quite generous, and you will see the power of it latest after the 3rd month, even if you don't have big growing phases. Okay, this is the first thing. Very fair, very amazing. But what we have here with the lot commissions will blow your mind. And I'm not typing anything, but this is quite impressive, because you probably know what lot commissions are. If you don't know, just Google a little bit. Lot commission in Forex trading. Technically, this is how brokers make money. This is how brokers get their revenue from. And every time a trader opens a position, they have to have a fee based on the lot sizes, blah, blah, blah. And this is what we get. We will get $5 per every lot. We will get $5 distributed on 5 levels. Okay, not 8, 5 levels. Now we're focusing on the right number here. And this is where I want to keep it short here, because there's an own video I made myself, which you can approximately expect when you have this and that turnover and this and that level, how much you will get approximately. But with that trading strategy, approximately each 100K volume you have, you will have approximately 500 lots. And if you have the 100K, for example, in level 1, you have 500 lots times $2, which means in this case, with only 100K in the first level, you will make 2 lots already, $1,000 already on that month on a single occasion, only with that minimum here. And you have 5 levels, you have each 100K, and so on and so on. So you can have multi level 1. It doesn't matter if it's on a profit share or a lot commission. Many people misunderstanding. If you sign up your friends in UK, in France, and in China, for example, and you have these 3 people, only these 3 people, those are each your level 1s, right? And they build up the team, and then you have multiple level 2s and so on. Okay, so you can have limitless level 1s technically, and that is really cool. So this is where you can significantly make a lot of money, and you get at least, you can go 6 digits quite easily with that system. And the best thing is it's paid by the broker, which means the customer, the client, again, does not have to have, he doesn't have a bad feeling about anything, because he needs to pay it anyway. Everybody needs to pay it anyway at every broker. Okay, the same thing goes here. You will get an own email, paid every first day, and you can just get paid regardless with the lot commission, regardless of if the trade's making a loss or a profit, because it is always paid, right? Everybody needs to pay it at all times. So you have, even if the trading strategy, for example, has a rough week or a rough month, you still get paid a lot with the lot commissions. Okay, so those are 2 things. Very, very amazingly. The third thing, keeping very simple, because that maybe depend a little bit on where country you're from, but in general, we have a very nice ranking system here. Okay, the ranking system has no other limit or condition except the one you see here. So you have only focus on 2 things. TV stands for team volume, and FV stands for frontline volume or first volume. Okay, so you see the I wouldn't say the difficulty, but the thing you need to focus on, the focus is absolutely on getting a lot of first line volume, right? Which obviously is a good thing, because you want to serve as a prime model, right? You want to be the one who's bringing a lot in, who stands at the front, everybody respects them, right? And that's what the ranks are based, because you get a lot of money with the profit share, with the lots, and there you get, which is most certainly most important, every big leader can agree on, that is prestige, lifestyle, and a little bit of prices. Okay, so you may be not focusing too much on maybe having a very nice watch, or maybe if you're really good, a very nice car, but it goes a little bit hand in hand, and the work should be fun. That's very important. Many people misunderstand that, and many people don't focus on it. The whole thing, the whole industry, network marketing, affiliate marketing, should also be fun, and that's why you sometimes should just enjoy life with that. I know many of you maybe not focusing on that too much, but I think this is one important part also should be mentioned here. So there's a lot you get, not only nice watches and cars probably, and like I said, it could depend a little bit on where you're from, but the company will make sure that they will track that and will reach out to you anyway. Okay, so there are even bigger things when you have ideas for the future, can make decisions, but it also starts very early with manager groups, important information, country managing, and so on, depending on where you're from. Okay, the last things, I don't have a slide for it, but it is a little bit like private pools, or let's call it monthly incentives. So I don't know if it's per se monthly, but this will be a little bit adjusted now. It's called payouts. That will, I guess, start with summer this year, 2024, where there will be incentives or monthly, incentives, actually challenges maybe, where there will be, which will be posted. So this is also very lucrative. For example, you need to bring in 50K first time volume. There's 200K to get, and you share it in a pool. You probably know that with a little bit of pooling system, depends on. So, but there's way much more to get than that. So that's why I'm saying 3 + 1. But those 3 are always fixed from the very beginning. And yeah, welcome to LegacyX. Welcome to this amazing opportunity.